Dear witness, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Wait, we're recording? Week 3 of Salvation's Edge Challenge Mode is Balanced Diet, which is the third encounter of the raid, the one where you bounce all the shapes between the Tormentors and the Subjugators, and this challenge is fairly simple and straightforward. The challenge, as the Triumph already kind of suggests, is a balancing act, where you cannot pick up two of the same shapes in a row. You can't go 2 circles, 2 triangles, or 2 squares. Now, you may have noticed I mentioned 2 there instead of 3. So you can do this one of 2 ways for the challenge. You can either just pick up one of each symbol, in this case circle, triangle, square, or you can make a little shortcut of it and actually just do, let's say, circle, triangle, then another circle, or triangle, square, then another triangle. As long as you don't pick up 2 consecutively in a row, you will not fail the challenge. Additionally, if you're the conductor and you're doing this, let's say, on master, and you're trying to keep the ad control down, you can also just do 2 symbols and worry about the rest from your other teammates in the back that are just doing the plate mechanics. You can just go circle and a triangle. Okay, I know I have my shape. I'm done. We're good to go. Now, there is one more part of this balancing act to this challenge, and that is you need to be mindful of your progress going from room 1 to room 2, and then room 2 to room 3. What I mean by this is that, let's say you're the closer for square in the first room. Your last symbol that you picked up was square. So, when you go to room 2, you can no longer pick up a square. You need to start with a different symbol. So if you're a square closer in room 1, that means the first symbol you're picking up in room 2 is either a triangle or a circle. Then you can again be the square closer if you'd like. And again, you're just following the rule of you can't pick up 2 of the same symbol consecutively. Now bear in mind that the people that are doing the plate duty also have to follow this rule. So when they do pick up a symbol or 2 once they've done the plate mechanic, they do also have to watch out on what they're picking up and what they had last before they dunked in the middle box and then went on to the next room, because they could accidentally screw up challenge in the next room if they don't remember. A good way to circumvent this and not accidentally screw up is to just follow whatever your dunker is doing and then end on the same symbol as they did. That way you always know what was your last symbol and you don't have to, try to continuously remember, oh, I had this, I had that, blah, blah, blah. Now that's what the objective for challenge is. Let's talk about if you're doing this on master and what you can do to optimize and make this much easier on yourself. First up, the enemies. Now the Cabal in this are red bars, so, you can do whatever you want to them realistically. The main thing to worry about in Master is going to be the Tormentors and the Subjugators. Now, the Tormentors, you just put on Macrocosm or Still Hunt or Golden Gun and you nuke them out of existence. Pretty straightforward. And of course, you can also have one div user with you to make sure that you guys get the guaranteed crit for Still Hunt and Goldie, just in case. As for Subjugators, the same thing applies. Still Hunt, Goldie, and Microcosm shred and nuke all these Subjugators basically instantly if you have any of these things on. Now, I will say, you should probably have Microcosm on instead of Still Hunt, at least for the average group, as you get your first Cade's Retribution off your rally flag in room 1, but after that you have to continuously build it back up, and Microcosm doesn't have to do any of that. You can just shoot the thing in the face and it'll die pretty quickly because they're both shielded enemies, so I would recommend Microcosm and a div. Now, as for room layout and what I think is just the most simplistic and easy, straightforward method, this is what my team calls the fetch quest. Basically, what you do is you assign a person to a plate, and those plates will stick to that person throughout the entirety of the run. The only thing that will switch is who you're working with in room 2 and room 3, but they still send from the same exact plates, and you receive at the same exact plates. For example, if I am the right conductor, I have a right plate buddy with me in room 1 and 2. However, when we get to room 3, I'm still the right conductor, but the middle plate buddy is going to send me my ping, because that's how the room is connected in room 3 for me. The same thing applies for the other 2 people that are doing the conductor. You just need to be connected with the correct person in each room, and you're fine. Now, some of you might be asking, well, what about the symbols doing this way? And I got you on that as well. What you would do in this process is, once you start the ping process with your buddy for your plates, you will hit your plates for a total of 5 times. You can just do 2 in the front on the conductor side and then 3 times in the back. Once you have 5 pings, you can let the chain die, and this is what summons a Subjugator. But don't worry, you can just leave the sub alone for the time being. Once you've broken your chain, you can go ahead and split off as the conductor and get the correct symbol or symbols that you need from your respective sides. So again, if I'm right side and my conductor is circle, I will go pick up a triangle and a circle, or a square and a circle, and then I will go back to my side with my buddy, and then go kill our subjugator. That will free up our plate or a conductor, and then go do the play process once the other teams are also ready. And speaking of which, be very, very careful of when you lock your conductor. Be certain that your teammates have got their symbols that they need before you lock your conductor. Otherwise, you might screw them over, and then you automatically, well, you fail the entire encounter and the challenge with it. One final tip for the final room of this encounter: keep in mind that you do not have to maximize your stacks in the third room, because once you get to the chest box here, you complete the encounter. So don't worry about picking up 3 symbols, or your team getting a collection of like 12 to 15 symbols total, whatever. You don't need that many. Literally picking up 1 or 2 is completely fine. You lock in, you go to the box, you dunk, you get a couple extra seconds, and then you're going to be done. So don't worry about it. Oh, and just as a complete last-ditch emergency effort, if you're not certain on what your last symbol was and you don't want to jeopardize the run, you could, as a plate guy, just not pick up any symbols at all, just in case so you don't fail the challenge, but I recommend actually remembering what you picked up. So yeah. And that is it. That is the Balanced Diet Challenge for this week's Salvation's Edge Challenge. Hopefully this helps some people, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing today. It does help the channel grow, and is much appreciated. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can leave a like and or a comment below as well. If you don't know what the comment, you can leave Balanced Diet as the comment. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.